I am probably harder than I've ever been before. For you. Okay, I'm hard for you. I'm hard for you right now. I was on the day for an hour and a half. I know it's a little gay, but it feels good. Everyone's saying sus.
Get a cat boy to cook your food. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Now that is something I can get behind.
You can't ejaculate on my furniture. All right, if you ejaculate on my furniture, I have to see what's up, you know?
Nicholas J. Fuentes is a half Mexican and half fat dirty gringo who calls himself a traditional Catholic in spite of his entire personality and online existence going against the basic laws of Christianity. At the ripe old age of 25, this specimen of a political leader has quite the list of achievements under his belt. I mean, just look at that. I mean, look at the third one right there. Getting addicted to trap porn. I'm pretty sure Hitler did that one himself. Nicholas has long had a deep and grueling battle of his crippling lust for other men. Early on, this was observed only through his dumb faggot haircut and weird tweets, but would later become a subject of discourse in 2018 when he began trying to talk about his perversions and make it look like a joke, but he just ended up looking gay and weird. My favorite clip is one from a live stream with fellow soy-infused hobbit Beards and Beardly, in which he went on a tangent about how much he yearned for brownies and werecat ass.
I need a cat boy to prepare for me baked goods.
A cat boy butler.
At 100%. That's the plan. The America First plan is we're going to, like, you know how TWP has their place? We're going to build a compound out in the western United States.
A kennel.
That's right. The compound and the kennel will be next door, and we'll have cat boys everywhere. Yeah. They'll be serving steaks and ice cream and warm cookies and Burger King, and we'll be playing Fortnite, and nobody'll grow old.
Nick would later that year be seen on his shitty talk show trying to come up with a way to make fucking a crossdresser not gay by essentially saying, "It's not that bad because me not like modern woman, but modern boy with milk make me go out." Woo!
I've always maintained traps are gay, of course. You have sex with a man, it's gay. There's no getting around that. Now that said, look, it's gay. I get it, 100%. I agree. Now that said, it's, we're in times where women are not really meeting their obligations. So I'm not saying you're not. Look, if you have sex with a trap, you're gay. No doubt about that. You should be ridiculed. You should be made fun of. But it's a little bit different than if you did it like 20 years ago. That's all I'm saying. If you in the 1960s were banging a trap, I would say, what's wrong with you? Like, I would say that now. I would say, well, you're some kind of sick freak. We have all these beautiful girls, and they're normal, and you have sex with a trap. What's wrong with you? But in 2019, it's like, well, it's different. It's a different circumstance, different options. You're still disavowed. I disavow. It's condemned. It's gay. It's all that. But it's just different. I think everybody understands that. But I'm still disavowing it. I'm just saying we just have to have a little. We just have to have a little nuance. All right. It's just a different times. All right. Different times, different circumstance. I maintain strong disavowal. Do not do that. It's gay. It's immoral. You're going to hell. And it's weird and it's gross. And something's wrong with you. But we all recognize the females, the femoid race, they're not really carrying their burden. And I think we all understand that.
Never one to miss out on the chance to bust a nut underneath the view of his webcam, Nick convinced his following of young, easily groomable teens, saviors of the white race, that shaving your body then sending him a video of you beating off in thigh highs and cat ears is definitely how you prevent the destruction of white America, which is definitely a real thing, and definitely not something he pulled out of his ass to get his malformed and overused cock inside of yours. Hell, this fool even had a Discord channel dedicated to his fans sending him
cat boys.
Wow. Now that's what I call traditionalist. That's the type of shit you want to hang up on your wall. Look at this piece. Doesn't that just look like something you'd want the whole family to see? Just stare into the face of this specimen. What do you feel? It better be fucking shame. I don't even have something snarky to say about this one. You're just genuinely a fucking pedophile. Being a mastermind in PR and optics, Nick made the galaxy brain decision to go on a date with a male e-whore who is obviously a meth-addicted pedophile.
I have jacked off to lolly hentai in the past.
And live stream it. But trust me guys, it was a joke. It was a goof. Trust me, bro. Considering the shitstorm that resulted from the live stream, you'd think Nick would make more of an effort to hide his more questionable tendencies, but no. No, he didn't even fucking try. So after getting caught following I don't know what to call this. This is just really fucking gay. After getting caught following this thing, alongside being brutally raped on live stream in front of all of his fans by Saint Augustine himself.
Like, you go into these streams and you're the smartest guy in the room, but you're in a room full of dumb people.
That's
And
what
so
that's what I am right now, Nick. I'm the smartest guy in the room.
See, cheap shot. Yeah.
If I want to go cheap shot, I talk about your gay 70s porn stats, Nick. I don't know why you don't come out of the fucking closet, Nick.
Laugh track.
I mean, all the catboy shit, the looks. You know, your hands, you have this very effeminate, swishy thing you do with your hands where you wave them around. You do that
This is
quite
me
a lot.
slapping you. This is me slapping you around.
No,
This
that's
is
a
me
mating
slapping
call.
you.
That's a mating call for queers.
The point I was trying to talk about with this tweet is like, that tweet is a good example of what you're really about, which is you're not the guy that's laughing over here. You're a guy that like cares deeply about like saying that Ralph is like a
This
bad
is the
person.
weirdest fucking psychoanalysis over a tweet. You know you sound like a fucking retard, right?
I think you sound like a retard. I think
Oh,
you sound
oh
like
my-
a retard
let me
when you post
psychoanalyze
something
your
like that.
tweet.
See, this is what we're calling deflecting, and like, you know,
This
you
is
can sit
me
there and say
mocking
those
you
things.
because you're a fucking retard,
No,
Nick.
no, this is just
At the end of the
deflection,
day,
because this
you're
tweet-
literally a bitch that flags shit down that makes fun of you.
When you go on Twitter and say, America first is a mess, you're a mess, this is pathetic. I fucking die
you are.
laughing. Not die
you
like you
are
literally.
pathetic.
I die laughing.
Nick, because you
of how
literally
mad that
are
makes
pathetic.
you.
Jim, why do you think Nick's gay?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nick's shitty excuse for a political movement did the statistical equivalent of what Cobain did in '94. It fucking died. Amongst his loss of friends, followers, etc. was Jaden McNeil, treasurer of the America First Foundation, or how I like to call it, Nick's money laundering front. Now initially, Jaden just wanted to leave quietly, you know, move on with his life, touch grass, you know, find a wife, have kids, do the actual shit that America First pretends it's about. But you know, Nick had other ideas, hucking shit at him for about a week straight, having his fans harass him constantly, committing literal blasphemy, going over his furniture with a blacklight, looking for semen, you know, just the typical shit you do when you lose a friend. But anyway, after a week of this, Nick's ex-butt buddy and another feline boy butt enthusiast
They would make beautiful children.
named, I think Simon, right? Some faggot like that. They both went on to the Kino Casino. In this stream and the ones that preceded it, we learned the following. Nick had flown Jaden out to his home in the beautiful city of Chicago after getting him kicked out of his college in order to live and work in his basement in exchange for money and a spot on his show. But tragically, Mr. McNeil, he didn't receive either one of those, so he was just stuck living in some spick's basement in Chicago. I mean, Nick isn't even the fun kind of spick. He's just some fat, creepy, half Anglo Gusano nigga. Throughout Jaden's entire stay in Nicholas's basement, he was only paid once for a 17-day road trip. He was given $1,000. Now, $1,000 divided by 17, that would be $58 a day. Now, $58 a day, that's already a little questionable. But let me put it into more perspective. That's $2 an hour. Throughout Jaden's entire stay with Nicholas, he was being paid less than $2 an hour. You would be better off working in a Chinese steel mill than working for Nicholas Fuentes. We also learned that, surprise, surprise, Nicholas was being weird and creepy around the guy he kept in his fucking basement, treating Jaden more like an involuntary lover than an employee, trying to take him on a date to a Kanye concert before being rejected several times, trying to get him to watch Queer Eye and Euphoria with him, at first saying it's just to make fun of the shows, then saying it gets good after all the dicks are off screen, and then finally admitting he binge watched the entire thing and saying he thinks it's a good show.
So in the clip I showed on last Friday, he said that you guys watched the first 3 episodes together, and then he binged it without you, and you were upset that he binged it without you.
Yeah. Dude, I heard this on my stream. Someone asked me about this. No, I told the story that it was me, this other guy that lives in Chicago, this big donor, and himself. And we went to Hell's Kitchen. It just opened up in Chicago, whatever. We went down there and came back to his apartment. The one guy's like, all right, I'm out. I'm gone. And Nick was like, we should watch a show and make fun of it. And he started initially, he's like, let's watch Queer Eye. I told this story on stream. Whoa. Yeah. He's like, let's watch Queer Eye, which, if you don't know what that is, we watched like 5 minutes, and it's like 4 or 5 gay dudes. And they were like dressed up in like cowboy outfits. I don't really know what the point of the show was, but I'm like, dude, this is not funny. He's like, let's make fun of it. Let's make fun of it. We're watching it. I'm like, this is not like funny. This is just weird. And he's like, okay, fine. I've been watching a lot of TikTok and everyone's talking about Euphoria. Let's watch Euphoria. And I'm like, I mean, I guess we can, you know, whatever. It's like, isn't that a gay show? And he's like, we'll make fun of it. We'll make fun of it. And he starts it, and like very soon after starting it, there's like a full like just dick, cock and balls on the show. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch this. And he's like, what? Why? What's wrong? You've never seen a dick before? I'm like, I just don't really want to like watch a show, like a gay show. I don't really want that to. I'm not interested. And he's like, dude, come on, it's pretty good. And then he kept it going, whatever. And then it happened again. I'm like, dude, I'm gone. I'm out. And I left. And we didn't even get through the entire first episode, I don't think. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then the trannies introduced, like, shortly after. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Went downstairs. And then he told me, after the fact, he's like, dude, it's good. I binge-watched the whole thing. I'm like, you binge-watched the whole thing?
I mean, some of you may think that's kind of far-fetched for that to happen, but at the same time, judging by how much he loves the movie The Devil Wears Prada...
Where to go? It's like Devil Wears Prada, my favorite movie. No, that's a joke. That's not my favorite movie, but it's a good one. Mio's like Anne Hathaway in Devil Wears Prada. Mio's the sort of slavish intern.
I don't think it's that far-fetched. Then there was the time he broke into his house.
And at about the 53-minute mark, that's where he declares his love for Jaden. Talks about how he used to have to break into your apartment, Jaden, to you were such a mess.
How do you feel knowing that he was in your house cleaning it when you were gone?
That's so fucking weird. When that happened, it was so bizarre. I didn't even know what to say. I mean, obviously I was sussed out because I'm like, this dude's just going through all my shit. Like, he just needed an excuse. And he's like, no, I just care. It's like, this is the whole thing was fucking bizarre. The whole thing was bizarre.
The time he took photos of him at a party while he was blacked out drunk like some sort of sexual predator. The time he set up a website dedicated to showcasing some random girl's tweets with the N-word in it, rendering her completely unemployable simply because she told Jaden to kill himself on Twitter. And also some blacklight buffoonery, if you will.
May 1st, I'll be out. I wanted to get out as soon as possible anyways to get the fuck away from him. But I left my couch and I left my bed just because I can't haul that in my car. And I didn't want to rent a U-Haul. But he's telling all of his buddies that he got a black light because he wanted to go see if there was any cum on my couch.
The two bird-shit colored bird brains also revealed that to no one's surprise, Nick had been view-botting his streams, Nick hasn't set foot in the church in years and never prays, Nick looks up to Joseph Stalin, Nick compares himself to Jesus like a shit ton behind closed doors, Nick was lying about getting $500 grand taken away from him and bought a $70,000 car the same week he announced it, Nix was lying about being on the no-fly list, and Dick has a group chat called the Groiper Intelligence Agency dedicated to gathering doxes on the various members of their movement. But anyway, even though Nick came away from this with less fans, less friends, and somehow even less dignity, he's still around. I mean, only so much of a man's viewers can be botted, at most like 4, 50, 70%. And plus, true patriots don't care about scamming, doxing, literal blasphemy, and generally violating and rampant Bill Cosby-esque behavior. Yeah, you know, I don't think we can go anywhere from here but up. I'm sure America First will be back on the road and maybe even winning elections in no time. Now let's see what April has in store for us after this shitstorm. Oh, Nick, you're too stupid for this shit. How can one man be this fucking dumb? I mean, just look at this shit. Now, Nick, in his infinite smartness, knew the perfect way to disprove the trap porn allegations, saying it was a fake account set up by a troll. Now, I'm not gonna jump to any conclusions before I see any proof. Ay, chinga tu madre. I mean, just talk about a rough 2 months. Not only did you lose multiple friends, then get exposed as a fake Christian creep who scams, sexually harasses, and doxes his own employees, pretends to be prosecuted by the government, uses viewbots on all his streams, and looks up to communist dictators. But on top of all of that, now everyone knows you beat off the trap porn.
I know that there is like I can make this a bit better for you.
Gross and twisted.
I think this is what you prefer a bit more, right?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your vibe.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
This your
oh
thing?
Man, that was a big mistake, man. Now I'm bricked up. Now I'm
There you
bricked
go.
up.
Yeah, there we go. See, I can play ball with you guys.
Now it's time for some sexual violence. You know, we had enough political violence. No. Hey, by the way, Rose Wrist, I'm looking for a new sidekick with glasses. So if you're ever looking for work, I'm looking for a new sidekick. Yeah, that's right. I'm looking for a new cowboy. Requirements, glasses. So spot just opened up.
Do I need to supply the batteries for like the black lights, or do you?
Yeah, we gotta.
Hey, well, you can't ejaculate on my furniture, all right? If you ejaculate on my furniture, I have to see what's up, you know? I'm not gonna sit on.
It's the trust but verify with it.
That's right. That's right. I trust, but also. Gotta see.
Brittany, how many?
Yeah, do you remember in that debate Rose Wrist put the cat ears on like everybody does and was like, oh, hey, look at this. And I told them, I said, you're going to turn this homicide into a rape. Or what did I say? I said something like, I'm going to rape you now. He was like, do you like this? I'm like, I'm going to rape you. I'm like, I'm going to rape you. You're going to turn this debate into a rape. And I would. And if I ever see Rose Wrist, I'm not just gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna rape him first. Then I'm gonna kick his ass. So, and you can take that to the bank. It's on site. Don't come to America. I'll rape you. Don't come to America, pal. I'll rape you. Okay? Put on those cat ears in America. I will find you. I will rape you. Okay? Just so you know. No, that's a joke, of course. I will rape him in Minecraft. It was like when I debated that guy Rose Wrist who just quit. He just quit because streaming was getting to him. He said that he would wake up in a cold sweat having dreams about streaming debates. This guy Rose Wrist literally woke up in a cold sweat thinking about debating me. Nick Fuentes just said he would rape me. Which I did. You know, he wore the cat ears. Big mistake. He thought that was going to own me. It just made me want to rape. It just made me want to rape, you know? Rose Wrist goes on, it was me and Baked Alaska versus Rose Wrist and Destiny, and he put on the cat ears at the end, and he thought that was gonna piss me off. He thought that was gonna trigger me. Triggered one thing, desire to rape. I was like, yeah, time to get my rape on. So anyways, I threatened to rape him, and Rose Wrist is like, he sits up in bed at night. Nightmare. Nick Fuentes is gonna rape me. I should have never put the cat ears on. What's the joke? That I'm into it? That you're about to get totally freaking raped? That you're about to get held down and raped? Is that the joke? That's gonna be really funny. It's gonna be really funny when you're in the intensive care unit, when you're in the trauma unit, and they're identifying from a fluid sample. They're like, when a geneticist is examining the DNA sample, they're gonna be like, that's gonna be really, tell them the joke. Well, see, I did it to trigger him, but I didn't know how real was it? It was very real. How real was it? How real was that rape? How real was it when I raped you? It was very real. Anyway, what was I saying? So Rose Red. Cat boy, fine. That's fine. But the cat gifs, I don't like. Cat boy, based, cat gif, cringe. Rose Wrist wearing the cat ears, based. You posting a cat reaction gif as though that's you, as though that's an avatar of you, cringe, faggot shit. That's how I feel about it. Rose Wrist and the cat ears, rapeable and based. Veda with his new cat avi, faggot shit, cringe.
What was it?
Okay.
Oh, was it about Fuentes?
Sorry?
Was it you linked me a clip, I think, was it about Fuentes?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if this would be TOS. I don't even know what this clip would be categorized. It's like it's an absurd clip. It's like an absolutely, it's one of some of the most unhinged things I've ever seen in my like 3 years doing this.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can watch it on stream or not. I don't know if that's possible, but yeah. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, can you describe it, or do we need to? Should we watch it? Or?
Essentially, it's like I don't even know if I want to. Yeah, it's basically like Nick Fuentes, and he found out about the fact that I was quitting, and essentially in his head the reason why I'm quitting is because I'm leaving is because like I was so spooked of the debate I had. I woke up in like cold sweats having nightmares about him, and then he goes on like a 2-minute diatribe about how me putting on the catters during our debate made him like want to rape me.
Jesus Christ.
It's actually it's like worse than it sounds when I just explained it that way. Like just now, it's actually like 2 minutes of like in depth, in detail, like specificities, like fucking at the ICU, fucking emergency care unit, like some crazy shit. Yeah.
Hey, Rose Wrist, meow. Rose Wrist, catch this rape bitch. He was crying to Destiny that I said I was gonna rape him. He was like, it was like so graphic. He was saying he was going to rape me. He was shook. He was shooketh that I said I would rape him. Well, it's like I said, he thought it was funny putting on the cat ears, but all it did is made me want to hold him down and rape him. That's on you, pal. He said, oh, he was going into detail about the rape kit. Yeah, they're gonna do a rape kit on you. The doctors are gonna do a rape kit, and they're gonna find me guilty, and I'm gonna plead guilty. You're gonna go to the infirmary, you're gonna go to the ER, and they're gonna use a rape kit on you, and they're gonna do a DNA test, and they're gonna match the DNA to my DNA, and then they're gonna charge me with rape, and I'm gonna plead guilty. I'm gonna say, Your Honor, I raped him. Your Honor, I was a raper. I raped. He put on the cat ears. He was begging for it. He was asking for it. That was a clear sign that he wanted it. That was a clear sign. He shouldn't have wore that. He sent a false signal. I don't know. He did, I didn't know. I will say I'm guilty, and then they'll throw me away. They'll lock me up, and when I get out of jail, I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna rape him again. Then when I get out, then I'll be released from jail after I've served my time for the initial rape. They're gonna say he's got a clean record, never been charged with the crime, etc. So they're gonna give me a lenient sentence. I'll be let off for good behavior after a short time. And then I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna track him down. I'm gonna come over to Sweden. I'm gonna come over to Stockholm. And I'm gonna find his little Swedish straw hut. I'm gonna rape him again. I'm gonna rape him again. And we're gonna relive that trauma all over again. And at that point, he's gonna like it. Because he'll have been thinking about it all that time, and he'll start to have liked the idea. All that time away in jail, think about he put me in jail. He'll feel a weird guilt about it. And he'll relive the trauma, and he'll begin to sexualize the trauma. And then the next time that I go to rape him, he's gonna greet me. He's gonna greet me and say, finally, another rape. He's gonna say, finally. He's gonna say, at long last. Here's that rape that I ordered. Now we're gonna get married.
Brandon sent $3. Yeah, I don't know. Rose had that big smile
He's
while
into
complaining to Destiny.
He wants to be raped. He wants to rape. How are you gonna debate me and you want me to rape you? Freak. You're the freak. You want me to rape you, you fucking sicko. He's smiling. Duper's delight. That's what you call a duper's delight. He's got this twisted grin as he discusses the proposition of me raping him. Freak. You're the freak. You're the freak. You're the freak. You want it. You're smiling because he freaking... That's why I couldn't rape him, because he would want it too bad. It wouldn't even be a rape. He would just be goading me into that. That's what the cat ears were about. It was sort of a do as a dance. It was some sort of mating dance. Listen, I'm just trying to debate you on the buffalo shooting being a false flag, freak. And he's Jewish, I think. Probably.
Brandon sent $5. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
Hannah
jeez.
Guys,
I'm
Rose
in a bad
Wrist,
spot.
Michael Hayden.
I think you already know. I think you already know. You guys can figure that one out. I'm not.
Satanatire sent $3. Now we're all eventually going to witness the U.S. Congress play the clip of Nick describing in graphic detail about raping Rose Wrist.
Suckers better keep it tough. Mobbing 4D, 3 things, chop in the pump. Catches creeping through the city day and night. Don't give a fuck if I ain't got this hammer on me. On the else you getting stuck. Fucking with my lows, you suckers better keep it tucked. Mobbing 4D, 4 things, chop in the trunk. Creeping through my city day and night. Don't give a fuck if I ain't got this glamour on me. On the else you if you look for some lows, catch us mobbing through the town. Steady laying suckers down when we catch them out of bounds. It's K County in it, where we smashing on our rivals. No resolution, retribution got us genocidal. Bitch, I thought you knew. You see the locals coming through, you niggas better run and hide. It's nothing new for y'all to do, you fucking suckers. You better stay inside the house, cause my locals straight patrolling, spotted dropping, walking down.